What is up, you guys? Brad and Derek are back with another episode of A Brew for Two, episode number 71. I said number twice. Yes, I did.
Is it 71 or 72?
71. Okay. We took 2 weeks off because last week there was nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
So we just said, "Oh, we're gonna take a weekend off." So we didn't do a podcast last week.
Yeah.
So and then this is coming in late because usually it's. We're uploaded by now, but because it's the Easter long weekend, happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah.
We had family stuff to do, so.
Yeah, because, but we're on lockdown, so hey, you shouldn't be doing that, but fuck the government.
Fuck them. I saw, speaking of the government, I saw a hilarious snippet of that scene in 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
It was hilarious, where the coach saying, "Fuck you, Doug." And it's like Ontario's right now. "Fuck you, Doug."
Oh, literally, yeah. Like, if you're from Ontario, we just went into another 4-week lockdown for not really any other reason other than the government's just sheer incompetence. My
neighbors were saying, like why punish the whole province? Why not just punish Toronto?
It's not even about punishing anybody. It's just the statistics just don't show that these lockdowns have worked because they haven't.
Well, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Yeah. So, we're in another 4-week lockdown here.
Yeah.
Nobody's following it. I drove by the park earlier. There's like 40 people over there.
Oh yeah.
Playing basketball, tennis.
Oh yeah. The people that go to the park to play basketball and tennis, yeah, they don't follow it at all.
No, we're not. So
well, if you think about it, the people at the park that play basketball are just all young kids, right? Yeah. So they don't care.
Oh, and
they're all high school students anyway.
And statistically, they're like at zero risk of anything. So.
Yeah, exactly. They're at zero risk, and I thought because I work in a school, we would be going into online. Because it would be smart if we went online because it's the Easter weekend, so it's a 4-day weekend.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go back for 4 days.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna be off for a week.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think it would be smarter to put the students online for 4 days? So they could be quarantined. Now I'm putting air quotes in that because not everybody quarantines, but so that we don't have contact for 2 weeks.
Yeah. But also, here's the other thing. Kids are not susceptible to this virus at all, really. So why even bother with that?
Exactly.
That doesn't really make any sense.
Exactly.
The thing is, they're closing down gyms, they're closing down restaurants, closing down patios and all this shit. But they're keeping Walmart and Costco open, so fuck it, right?
So I saw a petition that they want keeping the gyms open.
Yeah, Bill posted that today. Seen that? Yeah.
I was gonna mention his name. I was gonna keep his name out of it.
That's how I found out about it because he posted it.
Yeah. Do you think that's right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't.
When you go. Let me put it in this perspective. When you go to a Walmart, right?
Yeah.
You're not watching customers or employees run around and wash everything people are touching, right?
Yeah.
When you go to a gym, that's what they're doing.
But also at a gym, people are breathing harder. They're sweating more.
Yeah, but what's the difference of having 10 people inside of a gym and having 250 people inside of a Walmart?
It's true. There's no difference.
It doesn't make any sense.
There's no difference.
Just like this restaurant shut down with the patios again. Like, why?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're following your stupid fucking guidelines of having the tables 6 feet apart. They're following. As soon as somebody leaves that table, they're fucking disinfecting
it down.
And they're way safer than going to a Walmart or Costco.
But even so. I was talking with my neighbors last night, and my neighbors know a couple people that worked at Boston Pizza.
Yeah.
And they said, when we're working, we're scrubbing everything down after a person leaves.
Yeah.
But when we have people at our home, we're not doing that. We're not being like, they sit in our chair and now they were gone. Let's scrub our chair down. You're not doing that at home at all. So what's the difference?
That's exactly. What's the difference of why would we even close these restaurants down?
And furthermore, so I went for a little get together with my family today, and we were all saying on how it's not being spread by having outdoor gatherings of 5 to 10 people anymore.
It's not.
It's the workers. It's the people that have to go into work because of this.
No, it's people like the big Amazon places that got shut down because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's those places that are just not. It's not even the fact of people being 6 feet apart. It's just like realistically, I should have had this virus 8 times over, because the amount of places I go, the amount of people I interact with on a daily basis at work, different regions, every day, like I should have this virus 8 times over, but I haven't. And it's not because I wear a mask. It's because I wash my hands.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all you have to do, really.
As long
as you don't do that,
as long as you
put your hands up to your face.
As long as you're not touching shit and then touching your face, which, you know, as a kid, I was taught not to do that because you could get sick. You know, germs. You know, so I wash my hands all the time now, but it's just like, I don't know. This whole lockdown is just complete fucking bullshit. Yeah, there's going to be protests in Toronto soon.
Yeah, Stephen Leachy said, we'll address the school situation after Easter, which is very bland term because that could mean Monday. That could mean Tuesday. That could mean May. That could mean June. Yeah. Like,
well, it's either keep them open or close them, because there's no freaking reason. These kids are freaking just suffering more than anybody right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like obviously business and stuff is suffering, but these kids are like, they're gonna grow up and they're just not gonna have any social skills. They're not gonna know what to do.
Kids right now are gonna be they're not going to have very good social skills.
They're being taught right now, if you don't wear a mask outside, you're an issue. You're a problem. And that's just not right.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I watched some stuff, by the way, this week.
What did you watch?
Well, Falcon and Winter Solider, episodes 2 and 3. We talked about episode 1 earlier, and we were going to talk about episode 2
last week,
but we didn't do one.
Yeah.
So, but episode 2... from what I remember of episode 2, they did the Bucky and Falcon got back together.
Yep.
And the romance rekindled.
Kind of, sort of. They had a little therapy session, that kind of stuff.
They introduced a character that, by the name of Isaiah Bradley. Who is basically the African American version of Captain America? Yeah. Who because he was black, and this was post Captain America. Yeah. Because they wanted to have a new Captain America, but they tested, instead of testing it on a white blonde hair, blue-eyed guy, they tested it on the African Americans.
Yeah. He was before Captain America, though.
No, he was after.
I'm pretty sure he was before Captain America. Yeah. Was he not?
From my sources that I got this from, my source thought so too. Yeah. But then my source did some research, and he said, no, this was post, because after Captain America died, they're like, oh, there goes our super soldier serum. There goes our super soldier. Okay, yeah. And they wanted to recreate super soldiers more. Yeah. So they introduced, Isaiah Bradley, who was this African American, like, super soldier, which they tested it on. Yeah. He was one of the 6 that lived, because not all of them survived.
And then he went over for the war and he did some stuff, came back, and then he ended up experimenting on him, taking his blood and just destroying this man, and then they kind of just cast him aside and threw him in the ghetto.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the second episode.
That was the second episode, and you know what? We're probably gonna get some more Isaiah Bradley stories.
Oh, probably. They're not done with him yet. He's gonna be.
No, they're not done. You know what? Like, I'm thinking, like, they're probably gonna cast a young John Boyega or somebody like that to play the Isaiah Bradley that version of the Black Captain America. They're gonna cast him doing those roles during the Korean or Vietnam-Korean War kind of.
Yeah, I think they have those kind of flashbacks. Who the hell knows with this right now?
But that was basically episode 2. Yeah. And they're going up against super soldiers who aren't necessarily the villain. The villain of the series is Baron Zemo. he's gonna be the villain of this series?
I don't know. After this third episode, I was like at the beginning, I was like, no, he's gonna run away. He's gonna get away, and then he's kind of just there, and I'm like, what's happening?
He's helping them out because he's helping them out for strategic purposes. You know.
Oh yeah, no, of course, yeah, but
you know he's gonna turn on them in like the next episode. Remember, they're only making 6 episodes, and they're already halfway through. Like,
I got a funny feeling that like Bucky's programming isn't gone. It's still kind of there. And he's going to find a way to unlock it. He's going to become the Winter Soldier again. And then Falcon's going to have to team up with Captain America.
John Walker. Which, I think John Walker is going to get pissed at them.
I think he's going to become the villain.
He's going to become the villain. Yeah. I think Baron Zemo's the bigger villain. But John Walker, he's going to become those, like, the level 1 boss fight, the level 2 boss fight maybe, yeah. And like Baron Zemo's like the level 10 boss or whatever.
Yeah, we won't know for that until that happens. But I like the way they're making this character out to be for the new Captain America. Like he's just an asshole. Like yeah. He's just.
And right now, the big villain, they're hinting at is the Power Broker.
Yeah.
Which every time I hear his name, I think of a 90s WWF professional wrestler.
Yeah, he's just gonna come out with like just leather on, and there's gonna be some music playing, and fireworks are gonna go off, and he's just gonna be like, "I'm here."
So the Power Broker, he was an actual guy in the comics, but yeah. I think, and a lot of people are speculating, and I got this off of another podcast I listened to, that they think the Power Broker is Baron Zemo, because what Baron Zemo is good at is getting inside people's heads and manipulating people. He's good at doing that because he did it in Civil War.
Yeah, the Power Broker's been around for a while, though.
Yeah.
And Zemo...
But he's a rich philanthropist, baron guy, so he could have been doing stuff from prison. Who knows?
No, but I mean, he's not that old, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think the Power Broker's been around a long time.
But like the Power Broker, apparently he's been around for a long time. But not necessarily do they pull these... They pull some stories from the comics,
yeah, but
it's their own TV show in general. And then they introduced a city called Madripoor,
yeah,
which is an island. Which, yet again, I got this from another podcast. Madripoor is like the safe haven for mutants.
Yeah.
So they introduced a safe haven for mutants in Falcon and Winter Soldier, but they haven't introduced. They're teasing us with these mutants stuff. It's like,
well, you know, the X-Men are gonna be part of this the next few phases going forward, right?
Yeah.
As far as we know, I mean, I hope they're going to be.
Mm-hmm. And then they also introduced Peggy Carter's niece.
Yeah.
In this latest episode, forget it, Sharon Carter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which she is now, instead of a CIA or FBI agent or whatever she was.
Yeah, now she's just, I don't know what she is, a bounty hunter? No.
Now she's like
mercenary, I guess.
Hero, gun for hire, I guess.
Yeah, mercenary, yeah.
Yeah, so and she seems to not be being working for the bad side, because they teased that in the last episode of Falcon.
No, she's definitely on whatever side she gets paid by, I think.
Yeah. Whoever has the top dollar.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's our thoughts on Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's off to a great start. We're gonna have, like I said, we're halfway through the series. There's only gonna be 6 episodes, and then we're gonna go to Loki, which is gonna be Marvel's version of that really old TV show Quantum Leap, where like he's just like that one character is just appearing in different time periods.
Literally, yeah.
We were supposed to get Black Widow in between that. However, Black Widow was delayed again till July. But here's the good news. It's going to be released on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, which is nice.
However, I don't think it's going to be released on Disney Plus for free. I think it's going to be Disney Plus Premium, and they're going to charge $30.99 for it.
Which is ridiculous, quite frankly, when you can go and buy other DVDs for $20, $15-$20. There's zero, and that's a physical copy too. Like, there's zero reason for this to be $40.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know they want to make some money off it, but like, come on.
Yeah,
If it was $20, I would have no problem doing it. But $40 for one movie, it's like no.
I don't think Black Widow is going to do so well at the box office, generally speaking. Just because we're now fatigued from Black Widow. It was supposed to come out last year. It didn't.
Yeah.
Then it got delayed 3 times now.
Yeah.
Like, people are going to have Black Widow exhaustion. So whether it comes out or not, I'm still going to watch it because technically this is a prequel, but this is the start of the new phase.
Yeah, this is a prequel in between Endgame and I thought it was.
It's a prequel in between Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay.
It happens after Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
But however, there is going to be some Phase 4 stuff in it because Spider-Man Far From Home ended Phase 3.
Yeah.
Because it didn't end with Endgame, it ended with Spider-Man Far From Home. And then, so Phase 4 is going to be to start with Black Widow, which is a prequel. So they're going to introduce some characters that are going to be carried over to the future Marvel movies.
I'm curious how many more Spider-Man movies they're going to do with him.
Pardon?
I'm curious how many more Spider-Man movies they're going to do with him.
They're going to probably do one more and see, or they might do many more.
I hope they do many more
because like, Tom Holland, even though he's 20 years old, he looks 12.
Yeah, yeah, but it's just nice because like he can, I don't know, he's smart enough he could fill the boots of Tony. Yeah. Unless we get some multiverse of madness crap where he's in a different universe and comes over this way, who the hell knows what's gonna happen with Doctor Strange? We still don't know,
but we think that Wanda is gonna be. It's going to fuck up something, pardon my language, but she's going to fuck up something, and that's going to lead to Doctor Strange trying to get the Book of the Damned from Wanda.
Yeah, which he doesn't stand a chance. Sorry. Doctor Strange versus Wanda? No. Especially the fact that he isn't the Time Stone anymore? No.
Or they're going to like Doctor Strange and Wanda are going to meet, and then they have to fight a greater villain.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to more happen, because she's not evil anymore.
No. Yeah, Marvel's doing some good stuff. Another good thing I watched this week, which has nothing to do with Marvel or DC. The series is called Invincible, and it's on Amazon Prime. It's an animated series created by Robert Kirkman, who also created The Walking Dead.
Okay.
And this series is a superhero series. And it's a superhero series that has kind of Justice League elements to it.
Yeah.
But it's Robert Kirkman's Justice League, so they're called like global whatever, the Heroes of the Globe or something.
Yeah.
And like it has a hero called Omni-Man.
Yeah.
Who is voiced by J.K. Simmons, who, as you know, as J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
Or he was in Oz and stuff like that. He's voiced by J.K. Simmons, and he has a son who hits puberty. Well, he hits puberty, and then a couple years after he hits puberty, he gets his powers.
Yeah, okay.
So, and Omni-Man is kind of like Superman in a way, but also not very much like Superman. Omni-Man is from a different planet called Veltron or something.
Voltron?
Not Voltron. And then he comes to Earth, falls in love, gets married, has a kid.
Okay.
And he's a hero.
Yeah.
And I say hero in quotation marks because there's a big twist at the end of the first episode.
Yeah.
I'm just going to spoil it because Derek doesn't care if I spoil it. Basically, Omni-Man kills the Justice League of this universe.
Oh, cool.
He kills them because I couldn't just leave things be. Yeah. I couldn't just leave things be. I had to go on the internet. Like, why is Omni-Man killing these guys?
Yeah.
And because it was a comic book series before it became a TV series, the answers were already there. So Omni-Man kills these guys because, unlike Superman, where Superman's all about the quest for peace, he is different, where his planet is full of conquerors.
Yeah.
But conquerors that kind of are smart. They don't come to Earth. It's like, I want this planet for the sake of my planet. Like, they don't just come and destroy.
Yeah.
They have an agenda. So basically, Omni-Man had a job where he was going to go to Earth. He had a job to go to Earth. And his job was to infiltrate Earth, to get married, have kids, and become a hero, but in secret, destroy Earth's defenses.
Okay.
So his society can conquer Earth. And and that's why he kills the Justice League of that universe. That's why he kills them, because he wants to weaken Earth's defenses. And then his son gets his powers, which he's pissed about, because his son wants to be a superhero like his dad. And then like, I'm watching this, and there's an episode where the heroes of the globe die.
Yeah.
The Justice League dies. And then so they have to make a new one because these heroes of the Invincible series work for the government. So these heroes work for the government. So the heroes die, so the government says we need more heroes. We need to make more. We need to have a new team of heroes. So they make a new team. And in the background, I'm just like, whoever made this series was a professional wrestling fan. Because there was a hero that looked like John Cena. Like just more jacked, but he had the jean shorts and the armbands. And then for all you 80s wrestling fans, there was a background character who looked an awful lot like Hillbilly Jim, with the long hair, the long beard, the hairy guy with the overalls, wearing nothing underneath the overalls. I was hooked because you know what's coming at the end.
Yeah. Because like the son has no idea. His son thinks his dad's the superhero, but his son that doesn't know that his dad's a dick has no idea. And the audience knows, hey, so the finale is going to be father versus son. Yeah. And let's see how they work this out. Like, they have, like, this series has its own version of Hellboy. They had the Heroes of the Globe, Justice League, like Omni-Man was their version of Superman. They had a version of Wonder Woman. They had a version of Batman. Yeah. They had a version of the Flash, which he was called like Red Rush or something, and he was a Russian. Accurate. And then Martian Man was their own version of Martian Manhunter. But like, he has no idea his dad's a dickhead, and but throughout the episodes, slowly he's gonna figure it out. And like The Boys, this series is gonna be coming out weekly. Like, they released last Friday, they released the first 3 episodes on Amazon Prime, and now they're like, okay, we got you for the first 3. Now we're gonna start releasing them weekly, because I'll probably end up watching it in like another 3 weeks. Like, once Falcon and Winter Solider is done. Oh yeah, I'll probably reach out to Prime and watch it. It's similar to like Omni-Man. Like, I know there's with The Boys, and also Invincible is another production by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. Okay. Like with Invincible and The Boys kind of have some similarities. Yeah. Where like both teams of heroes work for the government, and like you have the Invincible has Omni-Man. I forget The Boys' hero. Yeah, I don't remember. But like The Boys' hero he's human. Yeah. But he has powers. Yeah. But like Omni-Man similarities is closer to Superman. Homelander. Yeah. So Homelander is human, just with superpowers. Yeah. Where Omni-Man's an alien with like superpowers so Omni-Man has kind of a similarity to Superman. If Superman came to Earth as a fully grown adult and didn't understand things, but it's a great series. Highly recommend it. It is
an 18 plus series.
Yeah.
So I don't recommend this series for kids.
Yeah.
And just for blood and gore. That's it. That's why it's only 18 plus, because there's just so much blood. And I mean like so much. Like for a superhero show I've never seen. Like at that end battle, Omni-Man just wrecks that team because he's the strongest hero on Earth. He's Superman. He's their version of Superman. So I highly recommend it. And there's always a caption before the episode starts by saying, if you suffer from epilepsy, do not watch this show.
Yeah.
Because of the flashing lights and stuff. It is a really good show. I highly recommend it. And I'm going to repeat this again. If you are not 18 and over, I wouldn't watch this show. Well, actually, if you are not 16 and over, don't watch this show. Because, I mean, when I was 16, I was watching Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back and Jay and Silent Bob stuff. Speaking of a dynamic duo, I'm going to do another thing I watched. Guess what that was?
Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted's Face the Music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, no, I was about to bring that up too, because I watched that yesterday, the day before, whatever it was.
Yeah, I watched it yesterday.
And it's been so long since I've seen the original one that I kind of wish I would have watched the first one.
Did they CGI Keanu Reeves' face in that?
It honestly looked like they did, but I don't think they did.
Because it looked bigger. And
what they probably did the same damn thing that did Henry Cavill in Superman with the mustache. They CGI'd the mustache off.
Yeah.
So they must have, because this would have been filming around the same time as John Wick.
Yeah.
So he would have had to have the beard.
Yeah.
So they probably did the same thing, but I didn't really notice it. I'll have to watch it again to see. That'll probably never happen.
So Bill and Ted was, for those of you who don't know, it was a stoner comedy movie that came out in 1989 and then and they went on an excellent adventure going through time and space, and with their aide their aide Rufus, who was played by George Carlin.
Yeah.
Then they had a sequel called Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, which came out in the 90s.
Which was not good.
Which was not that great, but they went to hell in that one, and they became friends with Death. And they form a dynamic band. Yeah. Wow. And they were still under the Wild Stallions, but with the bass player Death.
The whole premise of the movie is like somebody comes from the space-time people there, whatever the hell it is, and says they have to write a song to unite the world, basically. That's their job. Mm-hmm. And they kind of don't do it. Well, they do it at that point in time, but then the new movie is basically the same thing all over again. Yeah. But this time it involves their kids. And Jimi Hendrix.
And today's music. Because at the end, they were...
Well, but Kid Cudi's the only one.
No, well, they have
like Mozart and like Jimi Hendrix, like
they have Death. Mozart, Jimi Hendrix, a caveman, an Asian lady.
Yeah.
However, they had those electronic... What are those things?
Keyboard.
No, not a keyboard. It's not a keyboard.
Oh, I don't know who that was. I don't know who. But
was. The girls at the end of the movie, they play the drum beats.
Oh yeah, they're playing. Yeah, but I mean that's
and they very modernize. They modernize the music for the new kids on the block.
Well, it's better music than the crap that's been coming out. So
yeah, but yeah, it was an odd movie. I'm more of a Jay and Silent Bob fan than I am a Bill and Ted fan.
Well, the problem is there's only 2 Bill and Ted movies. That's the thing. There's a lot more Jay and Silent Bob movies because there's also the Clerks movies with them too, right?
Yeah, but after Bill and Ted came out, that's when kind of Keanu Reeves' career skyrocketed.
Yeah, I mean at the time it was huge. People loved it.
Because after Bill and Ted, you had Speed and then The Matrix.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah,
they had The Bogus Journey in between that, which could have killed his career. Didn't, luckily.
Yeah. Also, they had a cameo appearance by George Carlin.
Yeah.
In the Face the Music. He just comes in as a hologram.
Yeah, which I thought was pretty funny, to be honest. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. It
was an okay movie. It wasn't
it was an okay movie, and it's a comedy movie, so it's not going to be that long. It was only an hour and a half, which is which is a great length.
Yeah, and it's on Netflix if you have it. Because I originally thought it was going to be on Prime. That's where I thought it was.
You know what also I thought was going to be on Prime or Crave or whatever?
Yeah.
Godzilla vs. King Kong came out this weekend.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought it was supposed to be on Prime. That's what I thought.
I haven't found it anywhere.
It's got to be somewhere. It's probably like on YouTube or something. You have to rent it off YouTube.
Or like Cineplex Store.
Yeah. You know, I was looking for that too, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I distinctly remember for some reason them saying it's going to be on Prime. Like at least Prime or Crave. It was one of those two it was supposed to be on.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't Netflix or
like
Disney Plus, but
like I know it's being released on HBO Max, which yet we know we get the watered down version of HBO Max.
We get the watered down version. We get like the penny candy version of
which
fucking
like
HBO
we got
Max.
the Snyder cut from the Justice League that came to Crave.
Woo!
So like I thought we were gonna get also Godzilla versus King Kong, but we didn't.
No.
Yeah. So, but apparently it's been making money at the box office. Because people in the States can go to the movies. Well, can rent out movies.
Do you care about spoilers for the movie?
No.
Because I heard one about it today.
What?
Mecha Godzilla's in it.
Oh, fantastic.
They put what the hell is his name? Rod End's brain in a mecha thing.
Oh,
like of Godzilla. So
fun.
Yeah, and then him and Godzilla, him and the King Kong and the actual Godzilla team up to beat him.
Fun.
Yeah, I was like, really? Okay, so that's a thing.
I don't know. I'm kind of over. Like I like the King Kong story better than I like the Godzilla story. I always liked King Kong over Godzilla.
I always liked Godzilla personally more, just because I watched like the 2000 one or 1998 one.
Yeah.
When it came out, and I freaking loved that movie. Like
I like King Kong because there was like an actual story there. Like he wasn't just a giant monster destroying the city.
Well, like with the 1990 something, whatever the hell was Godzilla, there was kind of a story like he was supposedly an irradiated lizard, right?
Yeah.
So like that was supposed to be what it was, but this one, in this universe, he's just a god basically that's been around.
With King Kong, and I'm only getting this from the 2005 movie because that's the one King Kong I do remember very well. A group goes to the island, and it's ruled. The island, Skull Island, is ruled by this giant ape called Kong.
Yeah.
Kong, kind of falls in love with this woman.
Yeah.
And who is in a relationship with Adrian Brody.
Yeah.
And Adrian Brody tries to kill the monster, but then they all become friends with the monster. And then he gets kidnapped and brought to New York, and then wreaks havoc in New York.
Yeah.
And they shoot at him while he's on the Empire State Building. Yeah. And then the line at the end of the movie is "Beauty that killed the beast."
Yeah, yeah. But if it comes free on something, I'll probably end up watching it.
Oh yeah.
But it's not a movie I'm going to pay for, unfortunately. No, not really.
Well, we're just probably going to have to wait a year before it comes on Netflix.
Yeah,
because
probably.
Bill and Ted Face the Music
was on Prime. Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was released on Prime originally.
Oh, well, I never noticed it then, but
yeah, because it came out last year.
Oh, did it? Yeah, it came out last year, but I didn't know where to watch it. If I did, I would have watched it already. But
yeah, it was on Prime, but But you had to pay for it. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
So, but I mean, that's really all I've watched this week.
Did you know Detective Pikachu came to Netflix?
Yeah, no, I noticed that a little while ago because that was on Crave.
Yeah.
So I don't
know
what
now it's on
there.
Netflix.
Yeah.
So I've been meaning to watch that again too.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Because it is surprisingly a good movie.
Ryan Reynolds is a great Pikachu.
He is. He is. I love that scene when they're in the car and Ryan Reynolds is freaking out because he's sitting beside a Psyduck who's ready to explode. Like, you sat me next to a bomb. Anyway, so that's what we've been up to kind of this week, complaining about government and watching shit.
Pretty much, yeah. That's it.
On to the news portion of this podcast, the interesting stuff.
Yeah.
First of all, Black Adam, that's gonna be played by Dwayne The Rock Johnson, coming out next year, July 2022. In Black Adam, they're gonna have the Justice Society of America, and they cast their last member of the Justice Society of America, Pierce Brosnan. Dun 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 dun. And that's James Bond's music because Pierce Brosnan was James Bond.
Yeah.
But now he's gonna hang up the. He's hanging up. Well, he's hung up. For
Oh
a
yeah,
while.
he hung that up in the 90s. Like that was a long time ago.
But he's trading in his gun for a helmet.
Yeah.
And that helmet is Naboo, the helmet of Naboo, who when he puts it on, when Kent Nelson puts on the helmet of Naboo, he becomes Dr. Fate. So here's a little bit of in the article. Following the recent announcement that James Bond star Pierce Brosnan has joined Black Adam as Dr. Fate, Dwayne Johnson has taken to social media to welcome the actor to the world of the DC in his usual wholesome, friendly manner. Johnson is clearly as excited as we are to see Bronson join the comic book movie genre, with the Hollywood superstar also taking the opportunity to celebrate the rest of the Black Adam cast as well. And he's posted on Twitter, I have his tweet here, "Such a pleasure to announce the final member of our Justice Society. The badass statesman, Mr. Pierce Brosnan, as the iconic and all-knowing Dr. Fate. I am grateful to have such a talented, diverse, and hungry cast. Brosnan joins Black Adam as Kent Nelson, aka Dr. Fate, a powerful sorcerer and founding member of the Justice Society of America. His iconic amulet, cloak, and helmet are creations of the ancient cosmic being Naboo, the Wise, who acts as his mentor and spiritual guide." So, those of you who don't know, Kent Nelson, Dr. Fate, is DC's version of Doctor Strange, Stephen Strange. Now, who came first? Dr. Stephen Strange or Dr. Fate?
We can probably find that out online, but
Dr. Fate came first.
Yeah,
Dr. Fate was in the 40s.
There you go, then, yeah.
Because the Justice Society of America was before Justice League.
Yeah.
And, like, even though Justice Society of America, like, had Superman and Batman, they also had Hawkman.
Yeah.
Who's going to be in this new, who's going to be in, well, so they have Neo Centino as Atom Smasher.
Yeah.
They have Aldous Hodge as Hawkman. They have Quintessa Swindle as Cyclone. Pierce Brosnan now as Dr. Fate. And that's it. They're only doing those 4.
Well, they're putting together a good cast.
They're putting it together a great cast. I think
my problem personally with Pierce Brosnan now is after him being in the James Bond movies, I can't see him in anything else now except the Spy Kids movies. So anytime I see him in something when he plays like an older person,
who was he in the Spy Kids movies?
He was the father.
No, he wasn't. Antonio Banderas.
That was Antonio Banderas. Oh, yeah,
that was Antonio Banderas.
Then what the hell am I thinking of? Okay, well, what the hell has he been in since then? Since 007 then? Because, like, he hasn't been in a crazy amount. And Antonio Banderas was Zorro.
Yes.
So what the hell has Pierce Brosnan been in? He's been in some, like, weird movies, I think.
He has been in some weird stuff. So, after Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yeah.
His most recent movie that we probably didn't see, like, I wouldn't.
Yeah, he's
Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Lightning
Thief.
Thief.
That's right too. Yeah, he's the centaur in it. Yeah,
which I never watched. So, like,
I can't remember what the hell that centaur's name was now.
But yeah, but I feel like this is a great casting because if you want to cast a Kent Nelson as Naboo.
Oh fuck, he was in The Foreigner with Jackie Chan.
Oh, okay.
That's right too. I remember he's been in a bunch of stuff. In November Man, which is really good.
Like, if you want to cast.
Oh, and he was in that freaking Eurovision movie that Will Ferrell did. Did you remember that? Yeah.
I didn't watch the whole thing.
I watched the whole damn thing. That was a hilarious movie.
I think this is great casting because he's a great actor.
Yeah.
But also for Kent Nelson. Kent Nelson is like a 100-year-old man, and the only reason he's so old is because Naboo's like keeping him alive for so long. So you need to cast an older actor to play that. You can't cast some young guy. You have to cast
you have to cast someone who's who's older, and Pierce Brosnan obviously is older, so it works. I'm probably gonna enjoy this movie. I think it's just something better that DC is doing. Oh yeah, everything else has just been absolute hot garbage, right?
Oh yeah.
Look, they had to release the fucking Snyder Cut of Justice League because Justice League was so bad.
And now there's a hashtag running around Twitter saying revive the Snyder Cut.
I don't even know. I still haven't watched it, and I'm probably never going to watch it.
So get this. So this is not... I saw this briefly, and I didn't put it in our news segment, but I guess Robert Pattinson's Batman is going to be on Earth 2. Be on the... So it's not going to be like... So you know how DC has its multiverse, right?
Yeah, it's not going to be on Earth Prime. It's going to be on a different Earth.
Yeah, it's going to be on Earth 2.
Well, how the fuck?
And same with J.J. Abrams' future Superman movie. That's also going to be on Earth 2.
Okay, so
that's how they can...
So then why the fuck are they even coming out with Wonder Woman then? Why did they even release that movie?
Well, because I think...
And Aquaman, why did they even release that?
Because I think they were going to try to do Justice League Part 2, remember?
Oh yeah, they were going to, but Wonder Woman 1984 came out after this. They could have canceled that movie.
I don't know what they're doing with... But I think because Wonder Woman and Aquaman have already met Ben Affleck's Batman and Henry Cavill's Superman, I think it's going to be difficult to be like Robert Pattinson as Batman and be like Wonder Woman will be like...
Yeah, but then how the hell are they going to meet now? Because we have this hasn't even been established at all.
Who knows? Maybe there's going to be like... Well, Gal Gadot is probably going to be Wonder Woman for a bit. Maybe she'll do one more movie. Maybe there's gonna be one more. I know Wonder Woman 3 is gonna be coming out shortly, but maybe on Earth 2, like they're gonna have Michael B. Jordan as Superman. They're gonna have Robert Pattinson as Batman, and they're gonna probably like. Well, this what this
they
could still have the Flash because the Flash can go. The Flash can go all over the multiverse.
Yeah, but it's been proven he has no idea what the fuck he's doing with that.
Yeah.
Like even with the Justice League, the new cut, the Snyder cut, like with him going back in time, like he's like, I don't want to do this. Like, he's very much so against that. So I can't see him just being like, I'll just go to this other dimension. Like, whatever. Like,
so like, I think this is how they're gonna retcon the Snyder cut by basically being like, hey, Batman and Superman. Like they're not finished retconning Wonder Woman yet. They're going to once Wonder Woman 3 comes out, and
yeah, but they're not even retconning just the Snyder cut. They're retconning everything.
Yeah, they're
retconning Batman.
I think they just want to start from scratch, and the best way to start from scratch is being like, hey, remember this movie? Yeah, it's gonna be on a different. We're not doing Earth Prime anymore. Or they could say we're gonna do Earth 2, or they could say the Snyder cut was like Earth 5006. And now we're gonna.
But then again, like all these movies they just came out with for DC in the last few years are completely whatever. They're not even.
Well, we don't know what Earth Shazam is.
Well, yeah, I understand. Yeah, we don't know exactly what universe he's in, but
they could just be like, "Hey, because Shazam did so well at the box office, we can just say." That's not in the Justice League Earth.
Yeah,
that's
Earth 2. That's Earth 2.
That's Earth 2.
That's just such a cop out, though. Like fucking Christ.
Yeah.
That's such a cop out. Like,
yeah,
you're not gonna get any fans that way.
I can't wait for that Batman movie though because it's so dark. Like the Riddler's not gonna be his campy self, where it's like, riddle me this, Batman. It's like I just killed a guy. I'm a serial killer in this universe.
No, I'm excited to see Robert Pattinson have the suit on. Like, I think he's gonna do good. The kid's a good actor. Like, it's.
Oh yeah, he's a fantastic actor.
People always ripped on him, and I've ripped on him too. I'm guilty of it too. But like,
yeah, well, everybody ripped on him. He was great as Cedric Diggory, but then his next role was Well,
but that's the problem, right? Because everyone knew him as Cedric Diggory, right? And then he went and did the Twilight movies.
Yeah,
and that's all anybody knew him for. Then every time he'd be like, "Oh, I'm in this movie," no one would watch it because he's Twilight boy.
He also did a lot of indie films too, not big blockball but just indie films.
But like if you watch like his other movies, like he's fantastic. Like, he's a great actor.
And if you watch the Batman trailer, it's very much like an indie film almost.
Yeah, it's
not a big like action-packed blockbuster. It's like what's that word? There was a word that Sin City is this type of genre where it's black and white and detective.
Well, that's a noir
film. It's very much like, it feels like a noir film.
Yeah, but noir, like that specifically, that's what Sin City is. Yeah. Is noir film. That's what that type of movie is. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Batman's just gonna be a dark movie. It's just gonna be a pissed off Batman who don't give a shit, and he's shooting everybody in the face.
And one of the podcast guys I follow on TikTok kind of said his logo looks like part of the gun that killed his parents, just shaping into a bat symbol. Well, I'm like, that's kind of badass. Anyway, off topic, coming back. So we're going to talk about some 1980s cartoons that are being reimagined. First of all, we're going to start Thundercats. So it is coming to the big screen. Director Adam Weingard is set to direct Thundercats. That is a big-scale feature based on the animated TV series that ran from 85 to 89 by Rankin Bass and several other iterations, comic books, and merchandise. The project has been developed by Rideback's Dan Lin and Vertigo's Roy Lee. They were producers on the Wingard-directed Death Note, with the early scripts by David Cogshell. Weingard will rewrite the script with Simon Barrett and will turn all this into a hybrid of CGI and animation. The series focuses on a group of cat-like humanoid aliens who live on the planet Thundera, and the Thundercats are forced to flee their homeland. This
is gonna be really bad.
Weird.
It's gonna be really bad.
Yeah.
This is a show that only ran for like 3 years in the 80s. Like, it's one of those weird shows that has like a weird following.
Yeah, and like you were either a Masters of the Universe fan, which we're going to talk about in a second, or you were a Thundercats fan.
You're one of the two. That was like the dividing line of like kids back then. But however, Thundercats is where we got Snarf.
Snarf.
That is where we got Snarf.
Yeah.
So
and we got a lot of good Robot Chicken Thundercat jokes.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm Lido from the Thundercats. No, you're this. It's like,
well, it's easy to make fun of, right? Because it wasn't a good show. It was pretty bad.
Well,
right? It's one of those like it's like He-Man. He-Man was not a good show. Like you can't.
Well, depending on who you talk to, I mean.
Oh yeah, there's some people who are like super fans of like, oh, it's the best show ever, and it's like no.
Well, where He-Man and Thundercats excelled really well, and it was their merchandising, their action figures, their.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. But
they're very much.
The show itself was not good.
No, but we did get Snarf.
Yeah, Snarf. Yeah. And we got Skeletor from He-Man.
Yeah, we got Skeletor.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about He-Man, Masters of the We're gonna talk about He-Man, Masters of the Universe. So as we know, Kevin Smith is the director of the Masters of the Universe Revelations, which is a sequel series to the 80s, and there is a release date coming soon. Smith has said the long-awaited show is a direct sequel to the original Masters of the Universe. The show not only features credibility in the form of Smith, but also thanks to its stellar voice cast from Mark Hamill, aka Luke Skywalker, is Skeletor, to Tony Todd's unsettling performance as Scareglow, and Game of Thrones star Lena Headey, who played Cersei Lannister, as Evelyn, and has more bigger names. Netflix didn't have a release date and said a trailer would only be released 6 to 9 months later. So for those counting, it's now 7 months later, and neither a release date nor trailer has been revealed.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked. I remember, I vividly remember, like summer last year, listening to their podcast when I was in Toronto.
Yeah,
driving on the DVP, and him talking about doing that, and him saying like they had pretty much done with a lot of preliminary stuff. They were like doing the animation now, so it's weird we haven't heard really much about it yet. But
no, they're done. It's finished.
Yeah.
Right now they were just putting the score in. Like he said on his podcast, Fat Man Beyond, that they just put the score in.
Yeah. And
to the part where where He-Man goes, "I have the power," and they put just but this show looks metal as fuck.
Yeah, no, it looks great. Like I'm excited. Like,
like it's
kind of nice they didn't get a hardcore fan to do it, because Kevin Smith is not a hardcore fan of He-Man.
No, he is a hardcore fan.
I thought he wasn't.
No, he is.
I thought that was the whole point. Like he wasn't a hardcore fan of it.
No, he is a hardcore fan of He-Man.
Well, that's good then.
Yeah, they got a hardcore fan to do it because he had all the action figures growing up.
Yeah,
they got a hardcore fan to do it, and they got a stellar voice cast. I mean, he got Mark Hamill, who's famous for playing Luke Skywalker, but he's also famous for playing the Joker in the Batman animated series. They got him to do Skeletor.
Literally one of the best adaptations of the Joker, period.
Yeah, period. End of statement. Mm-hmm. And they, as Evil Lynn, they have Lena Headey, who was the like
she's been in a lot of stuff.
I would say after Breaking Bad's after Walter White's wife.
Yeah.
I forget who plays her, but she got a lot of hate mail for her character.
Oh yeah.
And I think Lena Headey as Cersei Lannister is the same way. She played such an evil character that people hated the star.
Which is perfect, because that's exactly how people were supposed to hate Cersei. Like, there was no redemption for Cersei.
No, but I'm probably gonna watch this when it comes out.
Oh, for sure.
Because
it'll be on Netflix, so for sure.
And like with new animation and stuff, it's just gonna be like, it's not gonna be like campy 80s animation. It's gonna be like,
no, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good.
I saw the logo because they put out the logo. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be metal. And last bit of news, Jensen Ackles. So Jensen Ackles has had many roles. Not
in the last 15 years, but yeah, many roles.
Well, he got his big break out of Smallville.
Yeah.
And then for 15 years, he played Dean Winchester in Supernatural. He also did the voice of Jason Todd in a Batman film called Under the Red Hood. It was an animated film. But upcoming animated film adaptation Batman: The Long Halloween has revealed its voice actors, including Supernatural's Jensen Ackles as Batman. As reported by The Hollywood Reporter, joining Ackles is well-known video game voice actor Troy Baker as the Joker and late Glee actress Naya Rivera as Catwoman, having completed her work before her death last July. Other voice actors include Transformers star Josh Duhamel, who used to be married to Fergie. Yeah. He's going to be playing Harvey Dent. Twilight's Billy Burke, who is going to be voicing James Gordon. Lost Titus Welliver as Carmine Falcone. And staged and film actor David Desmolchin.
Sure.
As Calendar Man. Batman: The Long Halloween was announced last year as a part of a series of 4 DC Universe films coming in 2021. Now you're probably thinking, DC Universe, isn't that the DCEU? No.
Nope, totally different.
Totally different. The DCU is the animated films, where the DCEU is the live action films. It is currently planned to release in the summer of this year and will be based on the 13-issue comic arc of the same name, which follows Batman's pursuit of a holiday killer, a serial murderer who kills a new person each calendar holiday. So he's so this is gonna, I think this is gonna be awesome. Serial killer.
Yeah,
Batman has to catch
I haven't really touched any of the DCU in like a while. The animated movies.
Their animated films are great.
No, I know. I just haven't touched them because realistically, like, you can't find them anywhere. They're not on Crave. They're not on Prime. They're not on Netflix.
They used to be on Netflix.
Yeah, some of them used to be on Netflix. They're all gone now. None of them are there anymore. So,
Crave actually released a DC a DC binge. They have most of the Batman movies. They have freaking Crave has Mask of the Phantasm, which is the best Batman animated film out there. But I think this is gonna be like a fantastic film, because like DCU has like the Justice League films and the Justice League animated films. They also have, which was Justice League Gods and Monsters, where it's like it's a Justice League in a different dimension, like the villains are the heroes and blah blah blah. They also have like the Flashpoint movie, which is a great animated film.
Yeah, Netflix only has like Young Justice, Batman, Ninja. Looks like
they have Young Justice still.
Yeah, and they also have a first season of Spectacular Spider-Man from 2008.
Huh. My God.
And Spider-Verse is on there too.
I know.
Weird.
Yeah, weird. But like Calendar Man, like, and David Desmolchin, speaking of Calendar Man, he's gonna be in the new Suicide Squad movie that's coming out, which is Sylvester Stallone plays the voice of King Shark, which is hilarious because there's a scene in the trailer where it's like where Amanda Waller goes, "Any questions?" And he was like, and King Shark raises his hand and points to his hand. It's like, hand. And it's like,
yeah, the trailer looked really good for the Suicide Squad.
And then like John Cena's in it. He plays I forget his name. But he plays a character who's basically the douchebag version of Captain America.
Yeah.
Peacemaker. That was his name.
There you
go. And he talks about something about like sucking dicks in one scene where it's like, if there would be dicks to suck, I would suck a bunch of dicks to save this.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be fun. And I am one of the like few people who actually like the Suicide Squad movie. Yeah, the first one, like.
But this is gonna be a different take on the Suicide Squad movie. Like, sure, you're gonna still have Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn,
and the same actor that played Boomerang is gonna be in it again.
Yeah,
but other than that, I don't think anybody else is the same. I think it's just those two.
Mm-hmm.
Because Deadshot's not in it.
No,
because everyone thought that Idris Elba was going to play Deadshot, but he's not. He's playing the hell's the guy's name? It's kind of similar. He's basically the same freaking thing, but completely different. It's not Deadshot. It's like, oh god.
Just give me a second. IMDb has two. So David Dastmalchian is going to play Polka Dot Man.
Yeah.
Which
looks hilarious.
Which Polka Dot Man, basically, he takes a polka dot off of his uniform and it's a portal. Remember that game Portal? That's Polka Dot Man. Like, Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn, Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag. Taika Waititi is in it as an unknown world. Sylvester Stallone is the voice of King Shark.
Yeah.
Idris Elba is Bloodsport.
Bloodsport, there you go.
Michael Rooker is Savant. And Viola Davis is back as Amanda Waller. Nathan Fillion is TDK. Jai Courtney's back as Captain Boomerang. Pete Davidson is in it as Blackguard. John Gunn as Weasel. And John Cena as Peacemaker. Because you know what? Every movie is great with John Cena. Like, it's...
Yeah, it's going to be... I think it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, they released the trailer on April Fool's Day.
Yeah. It looks good. Like, it honestly does look good. It looks like it's going to be funny.
It looks like it's going to be a great movie. It's being directed by James Gunn, who did the Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 2, and 3. He's doing 3.
Yeah.
Because he's making all the money.
If he keeps picking bomb soundtracks for those things, keep making them.
So have you watched Knives Out, right?
Yeah.
You know they're making a sequel to Knives Out?
Really?
Yeah. And it's and Netflix has bought the rights. So they're going to be released on Netflix instead of theaters.
All right. I mean, I'm fine with that.
But like freaking what's his name? Ryan Johnson. He basically said, "Oh yeah, we can do the first one and I can direct the first one, but this is my property. And if you want to do the second one, you have to talk to me."
Yeah, I totally agree.
And I'm going to do the movie. And this is going to be all my money, and this is my vision, this is my creation. It's basically going to be like Knives Out is basically going to be the modern day Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig is going to be back as his one character from as the detective in Knives Out, and it's going to follow his character solving murders, basically. So that's going to be a fun movie. Anyway, we're done with the news. The house and. We're going to finish off the podcast by saying, on this day in film and television. I already looked this up earlier today, but in 1960, which was...
long time ago.
50, 60 years? 50,
61 years ago.
61 years ago, Ben-Hur won Best Film. Mm-hmm. And for all you wrestling fans out there, 1993, when me and Derek were 1 year old, WrestleMania... Well, I wasn't quite one yet. Derek was one. I wasn't yet.
Yeah, I was one, yeah.
WrestleMania 9 in Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas, Nevada. Yokozuna, a Samoan who played a Japanese professional wrestler.
Makes sense.
What?
Makes sense.
Well, beat Bret Hart for the WWF heavyweight title. And yeah. And also Robert Downey Jr. turns 56. Oh my God, I didn't even know he was that old.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been an actor for a long time.
And it would have been Heath Ledger's birthday today, but he passed away in 2008.
Yeah.
And with On This Day in Film and Television done, the podcast is now finished. You can follow me at agingerfin92.
Yeah, you can follow me at King Derek on everything.
You can also follow the podcast at A Brew for Two on Facebook. No, sorry. At A Brew for Two on Twitter. At A Brew for Two podcast on Instagram.
Yeah.
And if you just simply type in A Brew for Two podcast on Facebook, we're there.
And
you don't even have to type in the podcast part. You can just type in A Brew for Two, and you'll find us. Just look for the logo with the brew with the beers.
Yeah, and if you just type it in on YouTube, also these do get uploaded to YouTube. So if you do want to, it's just audio, obviously, because we haven't done a video podcast before, and I don't know if we really will. It's there if you want to listen to it on YouTube if you feel like it, and also subscribe and ding the notification bell.
Because ding. Anyway. Good night, everyone.
Yeah.